and good morning. It is Tuesday, January 14th. I'm Katie Tesla, and we're here on the Jess Strom Show with the special guest, but also your show yourself.
The only guest.
The only guest, and what the show is all about. The Jess Strom Show, but it's more importantly about Cal U women's basketball. Jess, first of all, let's talk about, it is freezing out there, and tell the viewers how much you love the cold.
Much as I love losing. That's about equal.
I have never seen someone.
And it's getting worse as I get older.
Yeah, I've never actually seen someone. You are in my top, maybe besides my aunt, who literally in July when we were young kids would wear like a sweater and sweatpants at the pool during like 90-degree heat. You might be two of the people that literally hate being cold the most.
And I've lived here my whole life too. So
yeah, Western PA folks, and you just have not gotten used to it.
No, but at least I always say winter is basketball season, so it like gives me something. Like if I didn't have basketball season, oh God.
Yeah.
Winter would be bad.
You get stuck indoors.
Yeah.
Oh, first of all, you don't like to go out when it's this cold.
Yeah. So like it gives me something to focus on.
Yeah. Besides the cold.
Yeah.
Well, lots to focus on. Let's go back in time. We have to talk about, we have some highlights that we can't see, but are going to be playing in the background of our two previous games. As we said before on the Jess Strom Show, Slippery Rock game, every game from now until the end is a playoff game, and thought we handled what we needed to handle versus Slippery Rock. Man, that last second play, it went down to the wire, and when I say wire, I mean it went down to the rim. Literally, it was a win or a overtime was literally a bounce away.
Yeah, it was. It was actually a really good game, probably to watch. I think that our effort, I know last show we talked about, giving extreme effort, and I think we did. I think that Slippery Rock is much improved. They have at least 3 Division I transfers on their team. They have some good players, and we were down, I think we got down 8 maybe in the second half. And I was like, okay, I know we're going to fight back, but that would have been a time, which way are we going to go with that? And we fought back, and some key plays, people made some big plays, and I thought they were defensive plays. We came up with some big steals to scores
defensive
when we needed
rebounds,
them. Yeah.
Tips.
And yeah, super proud of our effort in that game for sure. And she did have a layup in the last second, and
it's tough.
Yeah.
Tough. Always tough.
A questionable foul maybe on our part, but
yep.
It wasn't called. And, I thought we earned it, though. It wasn't like, that was given to us. I thought we definitely earned that win.
Yeah, and it was a great game. It felt good to go in after having a close game and coming on the winning end of that, which we had thought like really turned the corner in terms of the way our season was going. In the past, those games had went the other way.
Yeah.
Hey, and maybe the ball bounced in our favor, because what do we say? Sometimes the basketball gods reward hard work.
Yeah, if you put it all out there, you're going to get, those tips,
bounce.
Those loose balls. So, I definitely think that we kind of from the beginning game, we took some momentum defensively and into that game and played really hard.
Yep, and it was no easy feat. Their guards were kind of quick off the bounce, going in full court, playing defense, turning the ball. That's hard work.
Yeah, I think our kids worked extremely hard.
Yep.
We picked them up full court.
And for those that don't know,
it's not easy.
Well, that's what we keep saying. Like, you watch teams do it and you're like, wow, what great defense and this and that. But people don't understand how, what kind of energy level it takes to be able to do that for 40 minutes.
Yeah, and I think we're trying to jumpstart our half-court defense, basically. Different things for different games. Sometimes we're trying to slow them down. Sometimes we're trying to speed them up. So I think it's just, part of the game plan. But I thought our team did a good job following that plan.
We fought, and I think, too, a couple huge crucial offensive rebounds at the end that carried us to another possession where we might have had to miss some shots and burned a little clock.
Yep.
Put us in another attempt to get, something going.
Yeah, well, and I think that's another effort statistic, right? Yep. Offensive rebounds, you just want to go get the ball. Yep. So I think, anytime we can get those steals, I wish they had a stat for loose balls on the ground. I thought I just remember Yanni diving face first,
arms out, legs out.
And then Alicia going after it. We were getting after it, which is huge for us.
And what we ask and what we expect and what helps you win games.
Yep.
Those effort
for
plays.
Sure.
And then I thought, honestly, after Slippery Rock, Let's move on now. We were preparing for Seton Hill, the #1 team in the PSAC, at the time we're playing, and thought we had a really good couple days of practice heading into that in terms of our preparation, our focus, our efforts.
Yeah, so Seton Hill plays extremely fast. The personnel has not changed for them from last year, but the style of play definitely has. I think they've done a good job of buying into what they do.
Yep.
They press basically the whole game. They shoot very quickly. You better get back.
Fast. They throw the long
sling it.
ball in
Yeah.
transition. You got to find somebody. We'll find anybody.
Yeah.
Sprint and then be ready to go.
It's a track meet for sure. I think we did. I thought we had 2 great days of practice, but it's hard to prepare for that pace if you don't play that pace every day. And I think in the first half we did a good job. We made some mistakes, obviously, but in the third quarter they came out and they scored. They've missed a few shots in that quarter, but other than that, I thought we gave them easy baskets.
Didn't make it challenging in the third. I thought we held our own in the first 2 quarters. Maybe the last 2 minutes of the second kind of had a little dip in what we wanted to do. Maybe a little just, I want to say unforced errors on our part that maybe led to them getting another possession and a quick basket. But I think we were down 8, if I'm correct.
At half, yeah.
At half. Definitely doable, definitely ready. And then that third quarter hit, and it just seemed like they went this way and we kind of went that way.
Yeah, it wasn't, we scored a few baskets, but they scored a lot of baskets. 33 points in a quarter.
And that's a lot in a short amount of time.
Yeah, it went from in the game to out of the game very, very quickly.
Yep, and typically, that is against what we kind of stand for in terms of letting that many points in a quarter.
Or a half. That's a lot of points for a half.
Yeah, but in terms of just even that quarter, it kind of got away from us defensively. Just didn't carry out what we wanted to execute on the defensive end.
Yeah, for sure we did not. I think, they have some good guards that have played together for 3 years. Their point guard is a 5th-year senior who has been good her whole career there.
Scored a ton against us.
Yeah, just really a good player, but I don't think we executed how we wanted to guard her. I think we took a step back instead of a step forward with her, and just gave her. If you let her go to the rim, she scored.
Yep, she took advantage.
She's a great finisher. Yes, she's a good player. So I hope that we learn for next time we play them. Obviously, we're going to play them again, and I just hope that we were clearly unhappy with that performance. But when we play them again, we learn from that.
Yeah, and that's all that can be said. At the end of the day, when you lose, you're disappointed. I think everybody was disappointed, honestly. From top to bottom, I don't think there was anybody in the locker room, anyone afterwards, anyone the next day that felt great about our performance. Something that we didn't want to hang our hat on, something that we don't want to be. But again, trying to be a part of the solution moving forward is that you have to be able to do that every single day and execute and practice to be able, I think today at least I know I said it, your daily deposits, like you got to watch film, you got to stretch great, you got to put layups in, you got to put free throws in, you got to practice great. If you deposit those every day, then you can withdraw come game time.
Yeah, and it's like I said, it's we still have half of our season at least left, so I just want to use it as a learning experience.
But what's crazy about that is the preparation, and I thought that what was usually when you have a tough game, a game that you didn't like, maybe your preparation and your week of practice wasn't great. It seemed that we were well on our way of really,
Yeah, I think it's execution in game.
In game time. I thought we played really hard in practice.
It's the same way with our free throws. We make them in practice. You have to execute them when it means something in the game.
Yep.
And I just think that's where we're at. Like we can prepare as best as we can, but in game, are we going to execute?
Execute, perform, and just get the job done at the end of the day when the scoreboard has to be in our favor. So now we look forward. We put Seton Hill to bed. We put it to rest. Our focus is on Clarion. A couple good days of preparation for them. I think we had to focus on ourselves after the Seton Hill game, so did a lot of soul searching, I guess, if that's what you will, and film. I thought that was an effective period of time. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I just think that sometimes how you remember the game is different than how it actually happened. For everyone, for coaches, for players. That game especially, it moved extremely fast. So, we came in on Monday. I thought it was important to watch that. Just to see what did happen, where we need to get better to learn from. So I think that was we don't always watch You know, it depends on time, but I thought it was an important time for us to watch that. So we did. Obviously, we saw the mistakes we made, the effort that we had. So, yeah, yesterday was more about us, I would say, and obviously Clarion. But then today, I think practice was really focused on Clarion, what they do, what they're good at, what we want to do, what I think could be effective. So I thought we had 2 good days. I thought we practiced pretty hard both days. So hopefully tomorrow we come out and show that.
Yep. And we'll be right back to talk more Clarion after the first half of this Jess Strom Show.
The Vulcan women's basketball team looks to continue its run of excellence into the 2024 season. Put on your red and black and cheer on Coach Jess Strom and her team towards another run to the postseason. Pack the convo for 14 home games for games against regional foes and the best the PSAC has to offer. Don't miss any information on the season by following Cal Vulcans on all social media accounts, and if you can't make it to the games, catch all the action on CUTV Sports 1 on YouTube and also the PSAC digital network.
1 in 10 kids vape. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Talk to your child about vaping today.
The Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference celebrates the athletic and academic excellence of its student athletes. Last year, over 4,000 achieved at least a 3.25 GPA to earn recognition as a PSAC Scholar Athlete. Athletically, over 70 PSAC teams qualified for the NCAA championships. Champions on the field, champions in the classroom, making the PSAC proud.
And welcome back to the second half of the Jess Strom Show. Had to take a brief pause. Sitting there getting ready to cough. You saw me, I saw you, decided to end the segment quickly so we would spare the wonderful studio audience. Well, not studio audience, the outside audience. The joys of me coughing on my microphone so close.
It was a good time for a break. I need to stand up anyways.
Yeah, going through some back issues.
We're getting old.
Yeah. I mean, or is it, there is a price to pay for the amount of basketball games you probably played in, Jess. I mean, you still played like, adult basketball league. You played an adult soccer league. We play adult softball.
Yeah.
I mean, there is
no more.
Oh,
well,
that's false.
Yeah.
There's no time for retirement on softball. We have a championship to win, okay? So you're going to have to figure it out. Whatever surgery you have to get, you got to do it soon. So let's talk about the real priorities of the summer after basketball season. That's where the focus goes besides recruiting. I think it's Cal U basketball, Cal U recruiting, get that all squared away, and then softball.
For sure.
In our older age, it's all we have left. It's all we have left. So let's talk about Clarion, part of the Penn West family. Keys of the game.
I feel like the keys for us to win are obviously finishing on the offensive end. We've had a hard time this year sometimes in games finishing at the rim. So obviously that, making our easy ones, our layups, our free throws, and then always defensively, just picking up the pressure.
Yep.
Playing how we want to play, having our team buy into that, and realizing that it will work if we execute it correctly. So I feel like being us on both ends of the ball.
Mm-hmm. Good. And, folks, that's tomorrow. First game that we've had with break now finally over.
Back.
Get some people in the stands. We've missed you all, Vulcan Nation. It's been hard without you because I know you've been home in different states. We have students from all over the place, professors that come to the games. So Vulcan Nation, wherever you are, 5:30 p.m. tomorrow, Convocation Center, Clarion, in a huge PSAC West matchup.
Yeah, it's really
fighting for position.
It's really big for us. We are fighting for our lives at the moment. So every game is huge, but especially the teams that are close by in record with us. So big game for us, especially at home. I think our team understands that. So come out and watch us. We're going to play really hard.
And while I'm thinking about that, while it's on my head, as we talk about our game coming up, something big coming up for the Vulcan women's basketball program. March 1st. If you're out there, 2015 National Championship basketball team of Cal, we are recognizing you all and bringing us all back
10-year
together.
anniversary.
10-year anniversary of the National Championship team. Come one, come all, bring whoever. We know you're near and far and would love to have you back. Obviously, formal invitations are out there, ready to roll, and we'd just love to have you back and celebrate that time as we cheer on our current team, because
And it's senior day. So a lot going on.
Yeah, so we are family is what it is. Like, you come back, our family, to meet our new family, and we're all family here. So come on back. But first and foremost, Clarion tomorrow, that's the focus point. And just like, let's have a word association. I'm going to throw out some vague words. You tell me, Jess, the first thought.
Oh, any thought. Okay.
Any thought that comes to your mind. Cold.
That's the word?
Yes.
Okay, when I play this game, hold on. Usually when I play this game, I just say the opposite of whatever the word is. Okay.
That's not the game.
I know.
Whatever you think, it's not,
But I
it's
was
not
gonna say
hot.
hot.
No, it's not. It's whatever you think of in your own
right,
opinion.
all right.
Cold.
Dumb.
Why would I would never say that for the term cold. You just think it's dumb to be
Yes.
cold. Tough.
I'm really bad at this game.
What were you gonna say? Weak is the opposite. Why do you say opposite?
I was going to say Ness.
Toughness. That book was
Yeah.
really, really good from Jabe. Toughness. Listen, you're a really smart. Well, here's what's really, Vulcan Nation, she's really smart. I mean, her SAT scores were off the chart. And like a really good.
I'm not good at anything but basketball.
Defense.
Cow.
Oh,
There
okay.
we go.
Let's
That's
go.
a
Let's
good
go. Okay. Championship.
Oh, 2015.
Yeah. Great team. What was it, Jess? If you could try to sum up in a few words, or what was it about that team that brought that kind of intensity to the court?
Yeah, I feel like I have thought about this a lot because you tried to get back there. So it's like, what made that team so special that they could do that? Because we want to do that again. So like
every single
yeah,
year.
Exactly. So I have thought about that a lot. And I just feel like, obviously, they worked extremely, extremely hard. They took 0 breaks.
Oh, practice.
Yeah,
we're
there was
talking
no
about even
breaks.
shoot around.
Yeah, there was no breaks. They were like unbelievable in practice. From however many people were on the team, every single person, if they played, if they didn't play.
There was a competitiveness.
Yeah, super competitive. But I think the main thing that was different about them, there was this common goal, and they would not let each other down. There was no way that they would look next to them and let that person down, no matter who it was.
Yeah.
Coaches, players, athletic trainers, like everybody was on the same page that we were doing this, and whatever it took, like I'm doing it, you're doing it,
We're gonna do it.
Yeah, like there was just this common goal, and no matter what it took, I knew that I don't know if I knew that at the time, but like looking back, they just wouldn't let each other down.
Yep. It's like a never say never.
Yeah.
Like we're always going to fight. I think of fight, like, and I mean just competitive. I think of just like even shell drill. I think about the shell drill a lot. Obviously that's always a coach's favorite. I think you can kind of get, if you can kind of get the idea of what your team is going to be, the way they perform in shell. How seriously they take it, how hard they go.
Because it's not live.
Yeah, because
you
there's
can
no.
take it easy if you want.
If you really wanted to, you could take. I think of how they moved in shell, and how they spoke, and how they talk, and how like it was all out. And I think, yep, that's a champion.
Yeah, and it just there was a lot of accountability. They were really tight off the court, but on the court, they could talk to each other in a way like to hold each other accountable, and no one took offense.
Yeah, it was just basketball.
It was just basketball, and then when they left the court,
they could laugh about it.
Yeah, it was really cool dynamic and chemistry that we are like always trying to get back, because it was something just really
it's special.
Yeah.
Yep. And yeah, you always hold on to that. And but here at Cal, I think that the expectations haven't changed in terms of no matter what your record is, like you always want to fight for a championship. Like that's just the goal. And now I know you have to take it day by day, and we are in the record that is we're not even 500 yet right now, which is tough. But I think that you always have that belief because of how we typically practice and how we compete, that you're always hopeful that you're going to get a win.
Yeah, I mean, that's so funny, because even after the Seton Hill game in the locker room, like I asked the team, what's your goal? Do we know our goal? Like I probably should ask that earlier, because we need a goal to strive for. So, obviously they said like to win the PSAC, and I'm like, okay, well, in reality, where we are, we have to make the PSAC playoffs. So like that should be our goal right now. Like each game we should be fighting for that, because I really, really believe once you make the playoffs, anybody can win.
Yep, and I've always felt that about Cal, like anybody can be, and I feel this way about the PSAC
About
West.
anybody, yeah.
Yeah, there is no team too big or too small in this league to take lightly.
Yeah, for
Any
sure.
day, it can be your day. And here's the thing, you got to string a few together and make it not only your day, make it your week, make it your month.
Yeah, just
make
gain
the
some
playoffs.
confidence,
Yep.
in what we're doing, some belief, some confidence in ourselves. I think we can do it.
Live
That's
to
the
see
thing.
another day.
I think we can.
Is what you do. You fight and you live and you learn to see another day. And, if you play as hard as you can and put it all out there, what do you got to lose?
Yep.
Absolutely nothing. Well, you heard it here from Jess Strom, the worst word association player I've ever met, I think, which is really surprising to me. I thought we were in a better place than that with that game. But, you live and you learn. And that's it. But we got to focus on Clarion tomorrow, 5:30, folks, at the Convocation Center. See you there, and go Vulcans.